he heard a voice that said, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" And rising up from his heart, coming out of his mouth, "Here am I, Lord, send me. Here am I, send me. I will go." As I said, I became a believer when I was 19, and I went to Bible college. And there I learned about the glory of God, and I learned about the purposes of God. And not only did I learn about God, but I also had a richer, deeper experience with the God who created me. In some way, I saw how marvelous, how excellent, how praiseworthy he is. And out of that experience, seeing how excellent he is, I, like Isaiah, felt that urge, that desire. God, send me. Let me go. Let me be one who goes. I know not everybody can go, but I want to be one who goes. And as I learned about that plan, that purpose of God, I understood what God is doing in human history. What is God doing from the beginning to the end of time in our world today and in ages past and in the future to come? I understood that. And this may come across a little bit theological. I don't know if I might have already lost some of you guys, but I want to take a stab at trying to explain what that purpose is. And there's a slide. You might have to go forward a little bit. Take a couple slides ahead. God's purpose, again, is to reconcile individuals to himself, to transform them into a new people that declare his glory. This is you and me. God has reconciled you and me to himself. And now he is working in us, transforming us into a people that will display his glory to the world. That is the work of God in our lives now. But that is not the end of God's work. Those people would then go everywhere, wherever they go, and particularly to the ends of the earth, to all the peoples everywhere of the earth. They would live in God's kingdom. They would live under his rule, and they would experience the goodness of God. That the world could look at those people, and see how good God is. And then they would share a message of good news to the people in their lives. And then help those people grow up to be mature lovers of God, worshipers of God, who would then continue to do that. The gospel is here in America because the original followers of Jesus did that. They were reconciled to God, and then they went out, and wherever they went, they shared the good news. They lived the life that God wanted them to live, and then they made disciples. And through very many generations, the gospel has finally come to where we are. But the gospel is not finished. God still wants to reach more places, more people. His plan is to do that through his people, through you and me. Until the whole world is filled with his glory. When we read Revelation at the very end, it shows before his throne there are people from every tribe, tongue, language, family, nation, standing before the throne, worshiping God. That is what God is about. And he calls us to join him in that. Now, Isaiah's calling, my calling, is not for everyone. But we all join with our great God in doing what he is doing in the world. I believe God does call all of us not to live for ourselves, but to take on God's great purpose as our own, to join with him in that purpose, and to do what work with him in partnership to accomplish that end that he has. Wherever you are, Kyrgyzstan, Africa, working with snowboarders, living in Arnold, or Big Trees, or wherever, God does want you to bless other people. He wants you to pray for them and really enter into real relationships with them by listening to them and eating together with them. That way they could see how good God is if you establish real, authentic relationships with them.